Today is the October 26th, 11:08 p.m. And just right now, I've been actually trying to make some notes throughout this whole video. So if you've watched my previous videos, I've just gone through these rants, through this impulsive thoughts or impromptu thoughts, and sometimes it can get all over the place. So I'm trying to organize all my thoughts, at least just for now, or maybe let's see how it goes. Um, yeah, so this is how it goes. We're going through some bullet points that I've actually placed here in my computer, and that's it. So, right now, I've had this, how would you say? I got this opportunity for a research, or at least a research conference, and I've wanted to try to make sure that my presentation of my research goes out to that conference. And this conference is not only hosted by the company, but it's also, how would you say, the whole audience is global. Like everyone from around the world are actually wanted to attend this conference. So of course it's a big opportunity. The problem is that I submitted the abstract or my paper during August, and it's about to be November 14, which is the date of the event itself. The problem here is that they've only informed me that I was going to be part of that conference like last week. So last week was around October 18 to 19, probably. So they told me that I was going to be part of this conference. I need some coaching and mentoring on how to present and such, which is all good. Except they informed me like around 3 or 4 weeks before the event itself. Imagine, this was from late August to the early November. They could have given a lot of time to actually at least inform me if I was accepted or not. They didn't even tell me that I was accepted. They just told me, hey, you're invited this coaching or mentoring presentation just in case you want to prepare for the upcoming event. So of course, I had to speak to my manager, and all that she said is that, oh yes, I was accepted, but they're going to trim the 24 speakers to 21 speakers only. The remaining 3 speakers, which I'm included, will be part of a backup in case the 21 speakers are, are unavailable. And that got me scratching, because even if I was placed as backup speaker, why wasn't even I informed of this? Why wasn't I informed earlier about this? They didn't even give me the presentation, the orientation, the templates, the details of anything. And I mean, it's hard because this is what I want to talk about, the value of hard work. I have tried my best and tried my own mental state to do this kind of research for like let's say 1.5 months. I've been sleeping late. Let's say I've been sleeping like 4 to 5 hours trying to make this research work, trying to make this project work. And sometimes like these things that you experience, it just goes all to shit when you're treated as a backup speaker that you weren't even informed like 3 weeks before. It feels like shit because they had a lot of time to inform this. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the event is 3 weeks before, but the coaching and mentoring program is about to be next week, so 2 weeks, and they expect me to complete the presentation. They expect me to complete the presentation by then because I need to show the trial and error for the presentation itself, for the coaching and mentoring. So think of that as you will. And especially now that we have this long weekend right now with the Halloween, All Saints Day, All Souls Day, I don't have a lot of time to prepare. So the hard work just goes to shit. So it got me thinking whether or not we should actually value hard work, because sometimes what people judge from the other side, from the staff, of the audiences, the events, all they judge is the output itself. They never admire you for the hard work. It's something that you try to tell them after the output itself. Imagine all these kinds of arts, like, let's say, a good movie, let's say, Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It's a really good movie, this 2023, you should go watch it. But right then and there, you can actually see all the hard work they put throughout the output itself. They don't even need to tell it. But when it comes to research, or at least when it comes to, let's say, presentations, conferences, whatever KPIs you need in your corporate stuff, those are things that they expect you to do. Those are things that they can only see. They don't understand how much effort you put into it. So it's hard because I'm trying to justify if I'm being in the right or wrong situation of my feelings right now, not being part of this event. I think it's hard to just tell them, like, just let them pity, like, oh, I did all this stuff, why wasn't I included? I did this in less than 1.5 months. I sacrificed my sleeping for this in less than a month, and this is what I get. It's just unfair. And with regards to unfairness and hard work, we're going to bridge that to AI, artificial intelligence. Because the main reason why people are proud of something, of their work, or at least the cherry on top of that output, is because you get to know more of the person who did it. And if the person who did it mentions that they created this for, they passionately created this, they put a hard works of effort into this piece of thing, of course you're going to be even more inspired of that person. You're going to be more happy with that person because he or she actually sacrificed himself to do those things. And the reason why I'm bringing AI art right now is because AI art, or artificial intelligence art, removes that kind of hard work. It removes that passion. What you have is the thought itself, the idea. Anyone could have a thought, anyone could have an idea. But the fact that you need to put it into action, the fact that you need to put it into passion itself, that's something that only a few can actually do. And that's something that's very, very admirable. So yeah, and another artificial intelligence topic I know, but it's something that I kept thinking about because right now I'm imagining the graphic design world. For example, for the freelance, right? So the freelance job usually is that you're being paid by the hour, and sometimes a lot of people are arguing that it should not be paid by the hour because let's say that you're a skilled person. Let's say you've had this graphic design experience for more than 3 or 4 years now, and you've tried to make a logo or an art in just less than, let's say, 4 hours. So if you were paid $20 for, let's say, a logo per hour, you're getting paid for at least $80, right? But if an inexperienced person, let's say 1 year in the job graphic designer, tried to do the logo, of course he'd have a hard time actually creating the logo itself. So that means instead of 4 hours, you're going to get through, let's say, 8 hours. So by that definition, if hypothetically we use the rates of that freelance graphic designer, the experienced graphic designer, through that 1 year experienced graphic designer, he would get around $160. And that doesn't work because why are you punishing yourself for being so skilled at the job that you had to do it so fast, but you're being paid less? That is why hard work comes into play here as well. So does the hard work mean that you're putting it inside the logo itself? Well, all you've done is just do all these things within 2 to 3 hours. Do you consider that hard work compared to the person who's trying his best to make a logo for like 8 hours? For me, I agree that the experienced person does a lot of hard work, but the hard work comes before the output itself because, of course, the person is more experienced. 2 to 3 years of graphic designs, that's the hard work itself. The customer doesn't see that. The customer just knows that he has the skills to do it. And the customer primarily chooses that experienced graphic designer not because, or at least not only because, he is more experienced, but because he has a lot of qualitative outputs and reputable logos that actually contributed to him into acquiring this customer. Hence the output itself. So I'm thinking to my mind, is this where I'm going right now? Is this the tangent I'm going on to just say that I need to be more experienced, or at least I need to make sure that my outputs are relevant to the customer, to my research? Should my research be more relevant to the presentation or the conference theme itself? Possibly. But I just thought that this conference itself was, how would you say, like, it was like these things that I've wanted to be in myself, and myself alone. I've did this research on my own, and I feel like I deserve to be part of that conference itself. Yeah, society treats things in terms of outputs. There's nothing that we can do with that. We all try to, we all try to value goodness, we all try to value morality, ethical doings, but our lives are at stake here. Our lives are at stake to the point where our lives are so tied to this economy that's so materialistic, so, how would you say, so tied with fame, fortune, that we are blinded by the fact that maybe it's actually better to do just good stuff, do hard work. And I'm not just saying that hard work doesn't mean smart work. Do those things, actually. Do the smart work. But please, do it with passion. Do it something that you actually want to strive for. That's the hard work that I'm talking about. Do it something that you actually really like. But I know that I'm asking a lot for a lot of people. A lot of people, at least here in the Philippines, are in poverty. They're just living their lives, and their only sense of morality is how much money they could get. Whatever things they do, whether illegal or legal, is, how would you say, it's like out of their lines anymore. We don't even like to question them if they're going to do bad or good. That's how they live. I mean, yeah, the solution is education, but a simple solution like that, it's hard. Religion conflicting with education, education conflicting with governments, governments conflicting with policies, policies conflicting with societies. It's hard. So if I'm still here in a world where people value hard work, where people had time to value hard work, maybe it will be all the better. But right now, this we're going to live with, and these are the, how would you say, I can't blame my manager, I can't blame the staff. Maybe they made a human error. I can't blame politics who just grabs money. I can't blame the corporate employees who just wants money for everything. I can't blame the AI artist who just wants more fame than anything. But these are all the pieces of a systematic imbalance, and sometimes I just want something that makes sense. And it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's, I don't know, I think that's it for me right now. I know I've made all these notes, but have actually tried to I've actually only tried to read like 3 lines from these notes. There's like 10 more lines from these, and I haven't even started talking about them. So probably I might just try to do this in the next video. So yeah, that's it for now. I mean, I hope the company that I'm working with and the manager doesn't see this, but the whole point of this video was to be, or at least the whole point of this channel was to be as authentic as possible, no matter how controversial that is. So yeah, that's it for now.